sourdough focaccia made from sourdough starter, super healthy and delicious the way the ancient Italians used to make it. Topped and seasoned with beautiful spices. It is so aromatic. Let's go and cut through that beautiful bread loaf. Super airy and fluffy, aromatic. Look at that beautiful bounce. Look at that. I want you to look at those honeycombed air pockets. It bounces like a spring, soft and moist, yet crispy from the crust. This is the perfect bread when you slice it in 1 centimeter thin slices like that to use for your bruschetta. I hope you liked the recipe and I hope you enjoyed it. Live healthy, cook healthy and enjoy life. Let me show you my secret way of making sourdough focaccia. I've got my focaccia which is fermenting and reacting for the past 12 hours. I will show you how to make that. On top, I'm simply going to add my favorite spices. Thyme, lemon thyme, salt, basil, a small pinch of garlic powder and a small pinch of smoked paprika. Let's go and preheat the oven at 220 Celsius. I have taken out my sourdough starter from the fridge. I want you to see how live and active it is. Look at that. You see? It's boiling and bubbling so well. Now we're going to use that to prepare the dough for our wonderful focaccia. We've got here about 800 grams of sourdough starter. I'm going to use only half a kilogram of that, half a kilogram of white flour, water. I've got here 300 ml. We'll see how much we will use, and of course Greek olive oil. Let's put the starter onto the flour. Look at that lively bacteria. Look at that beauty. I'm going to add the water. I will add half of it. Having kneaded for a couple of minutes, I'm going to add about 10 grams of dried yeast, and then onto that I will add the rest of the water, and we're going to knead by hand. Let's go. We've got this super hydrated dough. We're going to start off with 100 grams or milliliter of Greek olive oil. We're going to add half of that, about 50, and we're going to knead that. Having worked the dough with the first 50 milliliter of Greek olive oil, we're going to add the rest of the oil. We kneading for 5 minutes. This is the result. We're going to lay onto our bowl, cover, and let it rest. It's the morning after, and you see our dough has puffed incredibly. Now we're going to knead extremely well for 5 minutes, slightly wetting our fingertips as needed, till you reach the point where you could pull the dough like that and fold without sticking on your hand. You see that? Onto a parchment paper with good amount of olive oil. Gently we wet our fingers and we space out our dough. We cover with a clean film and we set on the kitchen counter in such a manner. I am going to mix my spices like that, and I will sprinkle on the focaccia just before I pop into the oven. Of course, you could do your focaccia plain. However, I am going to put some of those wonderful spices, a quick drizzle of olive oil, that's it, and off it goes into the oven. Off it goes. We're gonna bake, I reckon, about 25 minutes or so. Exactly 30 minutes. The focaccia is perfectly baked. We shall take out and allow to cool down.